Hello guys, welcome back to the channel for a new Databricks video. Today we are going to talk about Databricks Apps. Databricks Apps allow teams to create and deploy data and AI applications within the Databricks workspace but without the infrastructure overhead. Now we can create interactive apps like dashboards and AI assistants using familiar frameworks in Python and JavaScript, and of course deploy those apps using serverless compute for scalability. Databricks apps also integrate very well with Unity Catalog, Databricks SQL, and security control to ensure governance and access management. The key benefit of Databricks apps is the speed and simplicity to convert data into applications and keep everything unified in a single platform. In our example, we are going to use a built-in template and create a lake-based Postgres app. But first, let's see what the documentation says about Databricks apps.
Okay guys, here is the documentation about Databricks apps. As you can see, it says Databricks apps enables developers to build and deploy secure data and AI applications directly on the Databricks platform, which eliminates the need for separate infrastructure. Apps run on the serverless platform and integrate with key platform services, including Unity Catalog for data governance, Databricks SQL for querying data, and auth authentication. Common use cases include interactive dashboards, RAG chat apps, data entry forms, and custom operational interfaces. Develop apps locally using Python or Node.js and then deploy them to your workspace. There are popular Python frameworks including Streamlit, Dash, and Gradio, Node.js frameworks such as React, Angular, all these kind of things. Here it says how to get started. So if you click on here, this is what we are going to follow today. This example walks you through creating an app from a template, viewing the app after it's deployed, copying the app to plane to your computer for further development, running the app locally, redeploying the app to your workspace. Install, create an app here. Okay, this is the documentation. This is the tutorial of what we will do today. Very simple how you can start with a Databricks app. But first let's create a lake base, right? Because as we said, we want a lake base to interact with our application. Let's create a lake base here, and also let's create a catalog. Okay, it has to be the status has to be up and running in order to create a catalog, but let's move to apps, and here you click on create app, right? And there are several templates that you can choose from. Install from a template, hello world examples. You can use Dash, Flask for APIs, Gradio for visualization stuff, Shiny, Streamlit, Node.js. You have the agents here. For example, a conversational agent, backend, and UI using LangGraph and MLflow agent server, chat UI, a basic MCP server, all these kind of things, MCP server, OpenAI spec, and we have dashboards as well, and we have databases, right? And we can use the Dash or Streamlit. Let's use Streamlit example, and then you select the database instance. Let's see how our Lakebase is performing here. Still, the status is starting, so give it a second. Okay, our Lakebase is up and running. First, let's create a catalog. So click on Add Catalog. Let's call it Lakebase Catalog. Select the Postgres database, Databricks_Postgres, which is the default database. In Postgres, click on Create. And then also now now that we have the catalog, let's go back to our Databricks app. Here, let's select the database, which is Lakebase, and then the Databricks underscore Postgres, the default database, as we said. Here you have the compute size. Let's go with the medium one. Click on next, and here you will see the resource and the permission of the app's service principal that will access the following resource on behalf of the app, right? So we can connect and create and click on next. And here the app name, like base Postgres app example or demo, let's call it demo, write a description and serverless usage policy, click on install and let's wait. Here you can see the compute is starting. You have to wait 2-3 minutes. The source, if you open that, you will see the code. We have the app.py, the app YAML, the requirements txt, right? Let's see what we have here. In the requirements, Databricks SDK, Streamlit, and all this kind of the psycop2 library to connect to Lakebase. And here is the main app. You can see everything here, right? And you can change also the code. You can use the AI assistant here to make changes if you want. Let's wait for a bit. Let's wait for the compute to be up and running, to connect to the app and play around, right? Now, here, if you want to edit the code in your local environment, prerequisites, you have to set Python environment and Databricks CLI. So once you have those, then you can use the sync, the files commands here in your local environment. We will see that in a little bit, but let's first wait for the app to be up and running. Okay, so let's click on the running here and it will open the application, the Lakebase application. Let's wait. We have the to-do list up. Here you can add a new task, for example, right? Just do all these things, and here it inserts new records to your Lakebase. Now, if we go back to Lakebase, here, let's go back in our SQL editor, right? First, we need to check in which schema this data is being written. And now, by default, we have the Databricks underscore Postgres database, the public schema, but I think it's here we create a new schema, right? Let's connect more Lakebase. Yep, attach, and let's run this. And here you can see we have a table schema. This Lakebase dash Postgres dash app dash demo underscore schema, and the table name is to-dos, right? So if we select from this table, we will see this data here. Let's do a select statement from here. Now, because it has the dash, the spaces and the underscore, you have to use double quotes. So select from this table and we will be able to see the results. So 3 entries here, ID 1, 2, 3, right? The tasks, exactly as we have it here. Now, if we delete this task and then query Lakebase again, you will see that this disappeared, right? So this is a simple Lakebase application to insert and delete tasks here. Let's go back to our app here. As you can see, this is up and running. Now, if you make any changes, you have to deploy again, otherwise you will not see the changes on the app. And here you have also the edit, right? And next configure, you can add app resource as well. So for example, here you can add Genie Space job database. What else do we have? Serving endpoint. For example, if you're going to use a serving endpoint here, back. Okay, we don't want that. But let's copy this. Let's use this command here, Databricks Workspace, to export the app in our local environment. So here, just paste this command. We're exporting the files, right? Now you can see it here, all the code. If we, let's say we're going to make an update, what we can do here is insert, delete, update, right? Your to-dos here, just test demo. Let's change the subheader, click on save, right? Save, and then paste the second command to sync back to the Databricks environment. Let me do that here in the terminal. Let me paste that, sync back, right? And here it's syncing back to your Databricks environment with your change. So this is how you can export your project to your local environment, make changes, sync it back to Databricks. So now if you open your source code again in Databricks, you will see the updated code. As you can see here, we have the main branch, openapp.py. And also if you scroll down, you will see the changes in the subheader. Where is that? Yep, it's what we added here. Now, if you open the app, you will see no changes because we haven't deployed yet. So this is exactly as it was before, but let's click on deploy and deploy your app again, right? Now the status app is still unavailable. Now it's running again. So if we refresh, we should be able to see the changes. Give it a second. Yep, keep refreshing. As you can see now, we have the change here in your to-dos test demo, right? And this is how simple it is to change the code, deploy it back to the Databricks environment, redeploy, and you have the changes made in your application. Also now you can see we are running queries. You can run queries in your Lakebase table. And you can also, since we create the catalog, you can see this table from your catalog here, Lakebase catalog, right? Let's select compute, serverless, starter warehouse, give it a second to start. And yeah, as you can see, the Lakebase catalog, it has you can see the schema and you can also see the table to do table, right? So you can either use Unity catalog to check the Lakebase table, or you can run the query from your SQL editor. And you can see here your Databricks app. You have authorization, deployments, all logs as well to check your logs, environment, all these kind of things in your app. So it's very simple, as you can see, to create an app, a Databricks app, sync it to your local environment, then sync it back to Databricks, deploy, and see the changes. Makes things very, very easy. And as we said, now we keep everything unified inside the Databricks platform. This is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something new. If you found the video useful, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.